You may be wondering, what is Sweden known for? There are countless amazing cultural highlights as well as hidden gems to mention. But how can we possibly fit all of the coolness of Sweden in only a 10-point list? We've Sweden is famous for its abundant forests and lakes. It's a nation of keen recyclers, hikers, and fika takers, and it's the pop music capital of the world. Sweden is also known for brands such as IKEA, Spotify, and Volvo.
1. Sweden is an economic powerhouse. Many prominent companies were founded in Sweden, especially in the areas of design and technology. Electrolux, Ericsson, H&M, IKEA, Saab, Scania and Volvo are just some of the famous Swedish names in global business. Also, countless inventions and innovations come from Sweden. Notable ones include Tetra Pak, the pacemaker, dynamite and the spherical ball bearing. 2. More than half of Sweden is covered in forest. Yes, you read that right. According to Sveaskog, approximately 57% of Sweden is forested. Specifically, that's 23 million hectares, which is an area equivalent to the United Kingdom. The Swedish Forestry Act regulates how forest management in both production and environmental terms. Among other things, the Act states that there is an obligation to replant forest after felling. Within the buzzing Swedish cities, it's also easy to find green havens to relax in peace. Even in Stockholm you can easily escape to the shoreline or a nice park. You could even hop on a ferry out to a resort island in the Stockholm archipelago. 3. Stockholm's metro doubles as an art gallery. The Swedish capital city Stockholm is full of impressive architecture. But one of the most impressive sights is underground. The Stockholm metro doubles as an art gallery. Around 90% of the Stockholm metro stations have been decorated, forming one of the world's most intriguing art galleries. More than 150 artists took part in the project that features mosaics, paintings, graffiti, installations, sculptures and more. Of all the countries in the world, the Swedish capital has got to have one of the coolest public transport systems. Walk into a Stockholm metro station and it is said you're entering the world's longest art exhibition. 4. Swedish coffee and food culture. Coffee is king in the north. In fact, the Nordics top the list of biggest coffee drinkers in the world. In Sweden specifically, the coffee break is so ingrained in the culture that there's a special word for it, fika. When you're visiting, don't miss the peaceful moment of sitting in a cafe with a hot beverage and a warm cinnamon roll. During your visit, you'll also want to taste the local cuisine. No, it's not all Swedish meatballs. Although, you should definitely try this local delicacy, accompanied by potatoes and lingonberry. You also shouldn't miss out on the local seafood and game meat, including reindeer. On special occasions, you may even get to feast on a smorgasbord. 5. Sweden is the biggest Scandinavian nation. In fact, Sweden is the 5th largest country in Europe. The total land area of 450,295 square kilometers is bigger than both Norway and Denmark. Despite being one of Europe's largest countries, Sweden also has one of the lowest population densities.
6. Making light of dark days. It can be tough living in the north of Sweden in winter when there's less than 5 hours of daylight for months on end. Seasonal affective disorder is a type of depression that arises in response to a lack of daylight and affect many people in the far north of Europe. To help combat this, one city in Sweden installed light boxes in bus stops to allow people waiting for their transport to experience a little extra daylight during the dark days of winter. 7. Sweden is a musical genius. We present you with another interesting fact about this Scandinavian country. Did you know that Sweden is the world's 3rd largest music exporter after the United States and the UK? Sweden is one of the best when it comes to producing music. That's because Sweden has always been known for its pop musicians. Swedish pop musicians are globally renowned for their catchy tunes and well-known artists. Let's not forget that Swedish House Mafia and the local tipped Icona Pop have achieved global success. In addition to that, Swedish songwriters have written for many pop music icons such as Madonna, Britney Spears, Lady Gaga, and Taylor Swift. 8. Scaling the solar system. Sweden might not be the first place on your mind when thinking of space exploration, but it does lead the world in one key astronomical way. It has the world's largest scale model of the solar system. Emanating from the Ericsson Dome, The world's largest hemispherical building, in Stockholm, the model reaches 950 kilometers away in Kiruna, where the concept of termination shock, the end of the solar system, is marked. The scale is 1:20 million and each object is marked with a model or statue. Mercury is a mere 3 kilometers from the center while Earth is 7.6 kilometers away, Neptune is 229 kilometers away and Pluto is 300 kilometers away. 9. The famous midnight sun. Midnight sun is a natural phenomenon that occurs during the summer months. It means that you could see the sun even at midnight. The midnight sun experience in Sweden might be an excellent experience for a few days. Still, it can also get annoying for people who live in the Arctic Circle and experience it every year. 10. In Sweden, you can stand in 3 countries at the same time. Trerikrosset, the 3-country agreement. Cairn is the name of the monument that marks Sweden's northernmost point, where the borders of Sweden, Norway, and Finland International connect. It is an example of a tri-point, which is a geographical feature. It is the world's northernmost international tri-point.